Coming at you live from Stafford, Virginia, this is Robotics, a documentary.
That's it, 292412. That's it.
All right.
FIRST is an organization geared towards getting kids excited about engineering and specifically robotics. And you know, we have competitions and the build season in January. And it's all about getting together and as a team, building a robot, and just, you know, coming up and having a love for engineering, I guess.
It's an exciting program for high school students to get a hands-on experience with robotics. Each year by building and programming a robot to perform a specific task in the form of a game that is presented each year. Well, you know, design aside, every robot itself is kind of different in that regard. Everyone kind of makes a different approach to the game itself, but 339 is a bit different, I guess, in its approach. You know, we are a bit of a loose group of connected people, but seeing as we are kind of, you know, gathered amongst 3 counties, but I guess what really makes us different is that fact that we do kind of come from a great distance.
Certainly we're I wouldn't say a spirited team, but there's definitely a team spirit that we all have. And we're a pretty small team too, and we do very well considering considering the size and the sponsors of some of the other teams. So, you know, feel kind of like the underdogs sometimes, which is pretty cool.
Don't breathe. Red.
And black.
Makes everything better.
We're all very excited about it.
I joined because my father actually had a friend, a coworker, and his son was on the team.
In North Carolina, I'd been looking for any program like that, and my grandpa sent me a video one day, and it was of a FIRST Robotics competition in 2003, I think, and it was from the Discovery Channel. It actually featured our team on it, and a couple of years later I moved up to this, Virginia, this school here, and saw it at the school open house, and I'm like, hey, I gotta get on this. And I got on and I asked about the video because it seemed familiar, and as it turned out, it was the team that I was on, so that was really cool.
The team, I guess, does have a bit of a social structure, but it's really based upon whether or not you show up to meetings.
The core of the team is probably builders and mechanics, and getting that system. Second core, because we need them and we love them, are the programmers.
My role is a bit of a kind of jack of all trades sort of thing.
And I also just help build the robot.
I'm a captain and mechanic, so I help design and build the robot.
If you show up to a meeting, you'll hear just lots of various terms for things on the robot, things pertaining to the game.
If you walk up to somebody and talk about, the motor controllers or all that stuff, they would have no idea.
PWM cables are important because they relay information from the controller.
Gracious professionalism is a sort of term that refers to being highly professional yet still being in competition.
Making it.
All right,
Do you know how to
Jess,
use it?
Yes.
you need a pen?
Then FIRST stands for the inspiration and recognition of science and technology.
Probably the gentle persuasion.
Gentle persuasion is the name of our very trusted hammer. Whenever something doesn't want to go where you want it to, say a circle being put into a square hole, you use our good friend gentle persuasion.
Has it ever fit first time?
Oh, wait a minute now, come on. See if that'll fit on there. If not, we can use that one if needed. We have one.
Alright, cool. We got gentle persuasion, so even better.
Not working.
A little too good, in fact.
Well, there are plenty of acronyms because FIRST, being an acronym itself, it does have many other programs. There is the FRC, which is the FIRST Robotics competition for high schoolers. And there is also the FIRST Tech Challenge, the FTC, for high school and middle school, and then homeschool groups, I guess. The FLL, the FIRST Lego League. Fashionable tube skirts. Not last year, but the year before, there was, the name of the game was Rack and Roll. And there were giant inner tubes that you had to place on a large octagonal rack in the center of the field with sort of spider leg PVC poles sticking out of the sides. And the deflated tubes made very good skirts. No, I did not wear one of the tube skirts, I'm sorry. Well, Kilroy, as I'm hoping I'm still in the front here on the board, is the mascot of our team, 339.
Racist. Kilroy is always your friend. Kilroy is always there, and we always love Kilroy. He's just our guy, you know?
Kilroy is just kind of our mascot and our name. It's a bit of an identity, if you will, for the team.
Competition always, very safe goggles, gloves, all that jazz. Ocular nudity is unsightly. Something to always remember.
Main members of the team, well, you've got Grayson Badoli. He's our highly excitable. He's our highly excitable build team guy and team captain.
Well, Kevin, driver extraordinaire, who constantly flips the robot.
You've got Rachel. I can't remember her last name, but Rachel, she is our local talkative one. If you get into a conversation with her, let's not even go into that.
And Josh and Mr. Brown, heading up the programming department. Love them and need them. I don't understand half the stuff they say, but...
Mr. Brown, he's a bit of a character, really. He's frighteningly passive-aggressive. Like, I'm honestly scared to work with him whenever I do.
Computers.
Oh, and the Shotwell.
What? No! Hey, somebody get me some dikes! And we thought, oh, they'll go at the same speed. Most of the time it's like this. One arm real short, the other long.
These file jockeys. File jockeys get to do all the boring stuff. So filing, a little bit of, you know, hammering here and there.
And it's just a CD and not all.
No, I think that some of the parts come with it. Some parts come with it, but I can't remember.
Alright, and here in the broadcast room you can find our extensive list of robotics trophies. Here, in fact, is our most recent one. One at the Chesapeake Regional for the FRC. And this award was given for the Autodesk Visualization Award, which is an animation competition that is done at each regional every year. And we won this one for an animation called Flybrid.
Love it. Best bunch of friends ever. You know, just love everybody there. Have a great time.
This here is our very fancy trophy, a roll of tape. We got it at the State Fair competition, I believe 2 years ago, for the Rack and Roll competition. If you like the trophy, we got this fantastic roll of duct tape.
We want to meet people. I love meeting like the people from different places. I think that's one of the best parts.
We got the Xerox Creativity Award from 2001.
Couldn't be happier. Go Kilroy!
And then finally, up on top, we've got a first place trophy in 2002 for the Johnson & Johnson Mid-Atlantic Regional.